aiming at play. You know, when we walked in here today, one of the things we said was, let's have some fun, you know.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking this morning too about what attitude I should take coming in to talk to you. And there isn't a better attitude. There isn't a better attitude than play. And so, and I think it is because it's the antithesis. It's the antithesis of tyranny in particular. And then you were talking more about mature play. And that's that good, you know, that also makes sense. This is the issue with the idea that adulthood isn't any fun. It's like, well, do you want to play a simple game? Or do you want to play a really sophisticated game really well? Now, that's going to require some discipline and some training and some maturation, but the payoff is much higher. That's a good way to conceptualize marriage.
The highs are higher when you're successful.
Well, and also the people who have the most sex now are religious married couples.
Really?
Yeah, I know. Isn't that funny?
Which religion?
It's like, yeah, good question, Joe. Good question. Well, I guess in the West that would obviously be Christianity, but it's an interesting case example of the sorts of things we're talking about, because you can imagine at the dawn of the sexual revolution, when the birth control pill became prevalent, that the last hypothesis anyone would have possibly generated was that the cascading consequences of that over 50 years would be, well, radical increase in pornography use because sex has been made less dangerous by the pill, and that the people who are having the most sex would be religious married couples.
Right, but is that true? Because like pornography essentially was very difficult to acquire before the birth control pill was invented.
True.
Right,
but
you used to have to go somewhere to get the pornography. Isn't part of the excess use of pornography just 'cause the access is so instantaneous now?
Oh, definitely. But you could imagine, too, that you might have hypothesized that if the birth control pill took the threat out of sex, that pornography would be less necessary. But that didn't seem to work out.
Right.
So it's certainly the availability is,
We would never know, though, because the birth control was, when was it, 1960 something?
That's really when it
somewhere
started
around
to,
then?
yeah, when it started to ramp up, let's say.
It's so crazy because it completely changed the dynamic. Women could have sex for recreation with people that they didn't even know and not have any consequences in terms of like having to carry that person's child. Whereas that was always a giant fear.